Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and the experimental card in Overwatch got a bunch of hero buffs and nerfs in it. And guess what? May isn't considered part of this patch notes. Let's go! So of course, I'm gonna be making this video showcasing the buffs and nerfs side to side on live and experimental card. I mean, I was gonna do that anyway, whether there was a main nerf or a buff, but now I'm especially excited because my main isn't part of this. But there were a lot of important changes, mainly in the support role, but just like a lot of the main changes, I didn't really notice them right away, but showing them side to side, you can really see the differences that these buffs and nerfs can make. First up is Ana, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, where Ana receives 5 less heals per shot, which means in a matter of 10 shots, you're gonna be getting 50 less heals, and on a tank, are you really going to be noticing that 50 less heals? But Bastion is actually opposite, where you don't notice the changes until you see him side by side, where his shot spread actually decrease, meaning you're going to be hitting a lot more shots, getting a lot more kills because more bullets are hitting the target. And Bastion's self-repair also received a buff and a nerf, where you receive more heals per second, but the resource meter drains by 20% more. So it's kind of like a balance of evil sort of thing. Junkrat changes were a little bit interesting and hard to show, where his grenades from his frag launcher have a little bit more velocity upon ricochet, but his concussion mine got a huge buff, which could be considered a nerf, where you can throw it a little bit more farther because the speed increased, and if you have muscle memory, this could be a little bit wonky at first. And his total mayhem, the spread increased by 50% and detonates a lot faster, making this a little less useless of a passive ability. And hot gamer boys and e-girls everywhere, Mercy received a buff. 5 more heals per second. I don't know if that's enough, but I'm still clapping because we finally received a Mercy buff. Moira is going to be replacing May as terms of the talk of the town for Nerf City, but her biotic orb received all the attention here, where the radius of damage decreased from 5 meters to 4 meters, which is actually a lot, but this is even bigger. The projectile speed of the ball increased to 20 meters per second, and the duration of her damage ball decreased by 3 seconds. So not only does it go a lot faster, meaning that it can bounce around and out of a tight area, but it won't be lasting that long, so that if you're a tracer on 5 health, where you won't be randomly dying to that Moira ball. And Zenyatta received what I'm considering the most useless change in this patch note. His damage to his Discord orb increased by 25% to 30%, but I didn't notice it, and side by side they look like exactly the same clip, but they're not. But this is really gonna matter when it comes to multiple people firing at the same target, but whenever it's just a Zenyatta one-on-one, especially against a tank, you still get the same 10 shots in. And those are all the changes with this patch notes, and I think the biggest changes that you see upon comparison is really Bastion and Moira. Surprisingly Bastion, where I don't think anyone was really calling for any Bastion changes, but hey, Blizzard have the statistics, and I'm sure they wanted to change the highly rated players and the lowest rated players, and heroes like Junkrat and Bastion are definitely ones that you never would have imagined to receive changes, but people like Moira and Mercy, yeah, are definitely complained about on a daily basis. But I think what Blizzard is doing is they're looking at those heroes and slowly tweaking them, because there was a time period like in early 2017 where they were just drastically change a hero and then that would be it, where all the changes in a month span, like with the example of May, where they slowly nerfed her and nerfed her and nerfed her over the span of a couple of months. People like me who play May every day don't have to drastically change their playstyle with her, all because we have to adapt to a bunch of changes. I'm talking about like 6 or 7 different changes, which is the amount of changes that May receive over the past couple of months. So I'm sure that's what's going to happen to a hero like Moira, where here she received 3 changes, and then the next patch, no, there's going to be maybe 2 or 3 more changes to her heal, and then maybe there'll be another nerf or another rework to her ultimate, you know, just so that they can avoid Moira mains getting so pissed off at all these changes, both buffs and nerfs, to the point where it doesn't feel like the same hero that they fell in love with. And I would like to know your thoughts on that kind of rework style, whether you like the mass amount of reworks all at once, or if you like it trickling in at one after another. Honestly, I think it's better to trickle in one after another. Sure, it might seem like a lot and just seems like every single patch note is directed to you, which I have definitely felt at one point or another, but I think I would like that more, that trickling in nerfs slowly but surely, because if it was all at once, it would just feel like a brand new hero. It wouldn't feel like that hero that you fell fell in love with, it would just seem like a new adaptation that you have to get used to for this next couple of months until the next patch note, which you know it's gonna be more, right? Like, you just saw that a lot of the changes came to just one single ability for Moira. So who's to say that there won't be another one for her heal orb next time? So I'm not trying to scare Moira mains, but Moira mains, look out, because Mei ain't the talk of the town now. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about these patch notes, and let me know what you think about the trickling in nerfs slowly but surely, or all at once, which one you like more. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.